Good morning to you. Hello, hello. I have a lot of things I want to show you. Oh, Lord. And somebody's calling me. Okay. Trying to find all my stuff to show you while people join. So bear with. I had most of it right here, but I had one other thing. Crazy. Good morning. Yay. Let me open up Facebook so I can actually see people. Oh, and the child is yelling for me. Yes, Stella? Stella? Good morning. All right. We got people. Susan Sullivan. I've been meaning to say this for like weeks. I don't think I actually responded. I love your profile picture. Like, those are some beautiful, beautiful photos. I think it was part of a photo shoot you did, and I just love it. It's so beautiful. Anyway. Good morning. Tina. I don't think I've directly told you this because I'm a terrible friend. I'm sorry. But Tina got me this for my birthday, and it is awesome. Mom, you will love this. Oh, that's the card. Don't mind it. It's a Jane Austen word search. My mom will tell you how perfect that is for me. I have, Heidi. I was just in denial yesterday about life, and so I didn't do anything of value. But I will answer it today, and I'm not concerned, so don't worry. Anyway, this kept me busy, both last week during that horrible Arthur Graham experience, and then while we were waiting for the doctor this week. So, Tina, this was a perfect gift. It is awesome. Thank you so much. It was my birthday gift. Ooh, Kelsey, see, you're not selling me on Wyoming, honey. Yeah, I love that, Susan. I think that's so cool. Susan says it's a special photo shoot of 40 women over 40, right? I'm assuming it was women. I shouldn't assume that, maybe. Anyway, I think that's super cool. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I think it's super cool. Good morning. I feel like I haven't seen you either. So, and good afternoon to my UK friends. Although, Fiona, I can't remember exactly where you are. I have not. So Colleen is a member of the family, so she already knows this, and she asked me a question. I am trying to just move on. So yesterday we had Jenny's follow-up appointment with a new orthopedist, and it was not as traumatizing as with Arthur Graham. I did not actually shed tears while I was in the appointment, but Jenny did. Oh, here comes Stella. Hey.
I wanted to use one.
I'm live. Do you want to come say hi? You got some trash there? Okay.
Somebody wanted you to tie like that knot.
I don't know if I'll be able to. Can you say hi?
Hi.
It's spring break in Georgia. No, I can't do that.
Da.
Why are you showing your belly?
Da.
Oh my gosh. You're such a nut. Okay, go tell her no, I can't. Hey, wait, close my door, please. Thank you. Good grief. I have never been to Mallorca, and I really want to go. There's a volume 2. Okay, sorry, focusing. Oh, somebody told you had indigestion, Colleen. It is closed, Debbie. She definitely made sure. It wasn't even out of meanness. Lindsay, I bought that dress on Etsy because I was waiting for my special order bluey fabric, and this was her birthday last year, so it's kind of shocking it still fits her. And that one has like a poly feel. I don't know where it came from. I can tell you the story. It's super cute, and she loves it. So, but then I got my own bluey cotton lycra and made her pajamas. So now she's got like the gamut of bluey. So, good morning. So, a brief update on Jenny. Focusing. It's not good news. Her arthrogram, and they gave us the report. I gave them the video so they could actually look at it, and then they gave me the written out report. And for those that don't know, like the arthrogram includes like shots into her hip joint for contrast, and I feel bile in my throat, so I'm going to try not to bleh. She is growing so fast. It's crazy. She's in like a size 6. Okay, sorry. I'll jump to the moral of the story. The Children's Hospital here in Atlanta just kept blowing us off. And they were like, I really feel like, and I'm not trying to be dramatic, but I really feel like the doctor that we had, and it hurts me to say that this was a woman because I don't think women should be doing this to other women, neither here nor there, was really making Jenny feel like the pain was all in her head from the beginning. Like, I mean, she started feeling pain in the fall of 2019. And they just sent us to PT. And finally, and that was with a different doctor. And finally in January, I put my foot down and said, I want an MRI. And it showed 2 tears. And so he sent us to this doctor, right? And like this woman from the beginning was like, oh, everybody has a labrum tear. Like, it's nothing. You're fine. That's not where your pain is coming from. What? That's okay. And so I don't know. I'm not a doctor. And so I wanted to trust the Children's Hospital professional. And we went to like PT, oh my gosh, twice a week forever. And then finally in, I want to say like maybe June, I was like, I want an MRI. Oh, I know what it was. They sent us to a rheumatologist. So both Ginny and I, if you watch the TV show House, you'll have heard of this. Because apparently it's like the root of all evil. Oh, yeah, I know, Cindy. Sorry. Mavis is hiding under my desk because it's currently thundering. Mavis, do you want to say hi? Oh my goodness. Say hello. And so they sent us to a rheumatologist because Ginny and I both have anti-nuclear antibody. It never amounts to anything. It's like 6 weeks of tests and pokes, and then they're like, "Oh, funny, you just have anti-nuclear antibodies." Don't lay on that. And so the rheumatologist looked at us and was like, "Why are you here?" And we were like, "Well, they're making us like go through every path, right? Except for the one that made the most sense, like the most logical. They were looking for like other things that could be causing this pain instead of actually like digging in and seeing if what caused it." And finally, the rheumatologist was like, I'm going to order an MRI with contrast. And we were like, okay. And so Jessie asked, what did the PT say about her pain? So we loved our time with the CHOA PTs. That's the Children's Hospital of Atlanta. They closed the one near my house. So we were driving 30 minutes, like 25 minutes, to get to this other one for every appointment. Okay, so and then we actually went to a non-CHOA one for a little while. And then the CHOA doctors actually had us going to an out-of-pocket hip specialist who didn't take insurance. That was $250 a pop. Yeah, it didn't solve the pain. And so finally, the rheumatologist ordered an MRI with contrast. And the orthopedist called and she was like, this is not the source of her pain. This is a waste of time. We don't need contrast with MRIs today. And it showed, like at this point, Jenny was barely walking because her pain had progressed so far. And that one showed that she had a cyst, like a fluid-filled cyst, because the torn labrum was like blocking the movement of fluid. And so they immediately were like, we have to do surgery tomorrow. And we were like, okay. And so they did the surgery. Then we did more PT. She was cleared from PT in December. Pain never improved. Never got better. We went back to the orthopedist in December and she's like, more PT. Never once did they do an MRI of the left hip. But the original MRI showed, like just by accident, that the left hip was also torn. But the doctor's like, no, that's not the source of her pain. And the PTs never really said anything, Jessie. Because what we have found is that when you're using insurance to pay for PT, it's like 20 minutes of heat or ice, 20 minutes of actual manipulation by the physical therapist, and then 20 minutes of strength training, or pretty much strength training. So it's like, and then they would always have more than one kid at a time. So it'd be like 3 kids, and you'd get like 30% of your PT's focus, right? Anyway, so all that to say, one of my friends that I coach with knew somebody who knew somebody, and we found a new orthopedist, and he immediately, like at our first appointment, did the arthrograms, which, oh my God, I know why the Children's Hospital did not want to do this, because it was traumatizing. But it showed so much. It was unbelievable. Yes, I've met my deductible for the year, now in April. But we got in there, and he said that the right side has retorn, and he implied that it just wasn't done right, but we're not going there. And that the left side was not only torn, but was torn like, I guess the labrum acts as like a cushion in between the socket and your pelvis. And so when they say it's torn, it's just pulled away from the pelvis. But this time it was this way and then this way too. And he was like, if this one gets worse, you're talking total reconstruction of the hip. And we're like, Okay, so now we're going to talk about sewing. Anyway, all that to say, I had to reschedule actually already. They wanted to do the hip surgery like on April 20th, and Jenny like immediately was like, woo, because that's the weekend before. That's really frustrating, Michelle. Like the fact that that's their first go-to, that it's all in your head. Now I have a kid who complains about like every little hangnail. Like I get it, but at the same time, it's just like, oh, see, Nicole. I mean, we found another guy here in town that my dentist recommended, of all people, because my dentist like sits like this all day, and my dentist is my brother from another mother. Like he's awesome. And he recommended this guy that does stretching and like muscle manipulation. It's like a little massage therapy, a little woo-woo. Anyway, it's helped me tremendously. So we're not going to do it the first date they wanted to, because they really wanted to get this done. And it made me a little like, because I didn't want to say she couldn't do Into the Woods. So if anyway, this wasn't how I expected to spend my summer, but we're going to do the first one on May 3rd. And then we're going to do the right hip again. And I'm trying not to like, about 8 weeks later. Now let's talk about sewing so I don't start crying on screen. Okay. One thing I wanted to show you today, and oh, that's cool. Yeah, none, and no strength. Like the guy that we're seeing now, Nicole, was like, he's like, you don't need to do strength training because like your muscles aren't even ready to do that yet. And you can do that at home. I'm like, I love you so much. Anyway, and he gives a stretch to do at home. Okay, so one thing I wanted to show you today, and this is like a hit on my pride. I don't share things that are not perfect. I mean, I'm surprised you don't know this, but I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. So, April, one thing we tell her, and she's like actually gung-ho about, is using this for future college essays. But now I'm like, hey, so you need to have a physical goal that you're going to like work back to. So like, let's go do, 100 miles of the Appalachian Trail. And she's like, I don't even like hiking. I should tell her that we'll do the Camino in Spain because she totally likes traveling. Anyway, okay. Hi, Melanie. All you've missed so far is no sewing, and I'm about to tell my lack of perfectionism. So today, and I know I'm cut off, sorry, I could back up, but what's fun about that? This is what we're focusing on, this hot mess of a shirt. I had a workout this morning because like yesterday I came home from the doctor and was like completely useless for the rest of the day. I like did not finish anything. And I didn't even do my workout, which I'm trying to do a program on the Peloton. It's the strength program with Andy, who is like nice to look at. Not a lot going on. Anyway, so this morning, when you start working out regularly, you quickly realize how few exercise clothes you have. So this is a Resolution tank that does not meet, like the back looks great. I love this. This is just like swim material. Oh my gosh. Well, Cindy, you're funny. I'm talking about all this up here, right? So, if this ever happens to you, I still wear it. I was not about to take black stitching out of oh, April, that's when all laundry goes out the window after vacation. Like I wasn't about to take black stitching out of black binding. Like that's just not going to happen at my house. Ain't nobody got time for that. And so I left it. And it drives me nuts every time I put it on, but I still wear it. I wear it all the time. I just don't show it to you. But this is a perfect example of, well, jacking up a final, but a wearable muslin. So what this means, this is not a pattern issue. This is a Jessica was rushing and did not pin appropriately issue, right? And right here you can see that like the way that it's hanging is actually my binding is a little tight to begin with. And part of that is this is a lightweight moisture. I can't even remember where. Hey, I'm live. You want to say hi? Okay.
Hi.
What's that? Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah. What? Me or no? Somebody feed Stella. That'd be awesome. Wait, cool. Thank you. So this is a really lightweight antimicrobial. I can't remember where I got it. It's been years and years and years. But this is a heavier, it's still like a exercise, like swim material. Yeah, some sort of wicking fabric. I can't remember where I got it. It's orange is my favorite color, so when I see orange, I buy it. It's pretty simple. But what happened is good morning, June. Oh yeah, Joan wrote a post. Joan, share it in your thing. But so when you pull this tighter, or it's a different fabric and it has a different stretch than the base fabric, this is what can happen. Okay, so ideally, I would have practiced and pinned it. Hi, Kim. I keep pointing to the wrong shoulder because this is definitely. But right here, I should not have stretched between like here. Oh, I look like a weightlifter. And here, right? Let's just focus on. Sorry. Like if you don't stretch there, you're not going to get those pulls, right? But then that's going to change how much you stretch through here, which will change like. I mean, I hate to say this because it sounds like phooey in my head, but like at some point, the links for binding are a suggestion, not an exact science. And because so much depends on fabric content, stretch, you pulling it, the machine pulling it. If you're using a sewing machine or a serger, you get a little, right? So there's a lot going on here. So I had this on. I've already finished one workout. I have another one because I'm late. Anyway, so I just left it on because why mess up two outfits? And I'm showing you my imperfect ways. So yeah, and this is totally something I did on the Cricut. It's peeling now, but it's been years. This is probably like 2015 action here, maybe 2016. But then underneath, I'm not gonna show you. Is my agility. No, not agility. Alpha. So I love this bra. Yay. And yeah, I'm wearing store-bought pants. Shh. I have a funny story about that though. So I don't have a lot of swim fabric right now. Which there's a lot of reasons for that. I used a lot of it. I mean, so Jenny, yeah, I mean, you start with the one, like I always err on the side of loose and my, I do not, like I never go like 75% of the opening, partly because I don't like things like, you know, but you definitely have to muslin with the fabric you're using. It's just tough. And you have like, I mean, I could have picked this out and redone it and done it right. And I don't do that. Oh, yeah, there you go. So Laura says, for all my YouTube fans, Laura says, my friend who does awesome binding every time does it all flat, not in the round. She says it's much easier to get it nice, and she doesn't mind the bump from seaming. I think that's, if you notice, a lot of store-bought shirts will have the seaming on one shoulder, and it'll be seamed. It's like they do it flat, and then they sew the whole shoulder seam together. There's something really satisfying about doing it in the round, though. Not so satisfying when you jack it up like this. You feel me? All right, so is there a bucket hat pattern? Ooh. Who has that? Jen. You know, I think that would be pretty fun. And it goes with our woven theme. Reevie loves bucket hats. And then we went somewhere yesterday and Stella wore a bucket hat. Oh, she went hiking and she wore a bucket hat. I'll have to talk to Rochelle. I'm going on like one pattern every 2 to 3 months at this point because my life is in chaos. And even, so I wanted to talk to you about this. I had an idea for a pattern. And it's this skirt. There's 2 different tape binder. I don't even know what it is. Sorry. Facebook is not showing me comments all the time. Oh, Jesse, I have an update for that too. Oh, a bucket hat. So fun. Okay, so one of my ideas was a skirt. This is from Athleta. And it's super cute. It's all done with flat binding, so that leaves a little, pain for my brain. I've already shown this to the family, I believe. I've thought about this skirt for forever. And this is one that I bought when Ginny was, probably 7 or 8. I don't even know. It's from Lucky in Love. I have probably TJ Maxx. I have no idea. Yes. So Stephanie says, I think the binding percentage works best when binding and main fabric have same weight and stretch. Otherwise, adjustments are needed. I wholeheartedly agree. So here's another one that's slightly different. You can see it has an extra layer in there. Oh, wrong side. And this only happens on one side, right? And then this one, this is obviously a kid's one because it's got emojis on. I mean, I shouldn't say that because I'm sure a lot of us would wear emojis. It has mesh underneath that's actually seamed, right? It's just serged together. So I liked that. I think both of these are super cute. I just haven't done the work of figuring out the flounces, and I haven't even started. And part of the reason is because we're in this wovens kick. I keep finding woven things that I like. And so one of the things, Heidi just posted a link to a Danish site that sells all those tape binders that attach to your machine. I have never tried one of those. Oh, Emily's asking for a rash guard. Yeah, I started that several summers ago too. And I should. If I'm on one pattern a month, I should start on the family rash guards. But the other thing I keep coming back to are chinos and chino shorts or khakis. I don't know what you call them. Like with a real zipper fly and a button. Because I've tried other patterns and I don't like them. I'm real particular about loose legs because I am not ladylike. And I want to be able to sit on my butt with my knees up and not flash people. I have issues. So that's what's going on in my brain. Yes, see? A real zipper fly. Oh, Mom, just going right for the jugular. Not repeating that. The problem is, Mom, we want a zipper. If it has I would want a zipper. Okay, my mom says a rash guard with a built-in bra. So everybody can high five my mom when I cry. So I like the one that my brother has that has like the collar and has a zipper. I don't wear rash guards. Let me be perfectly clear here. These shoulders like to be on display. So when I get skin cancer, it's because I like my shoulders so much. Me too, Jean. See? Me too. Oh, I like that. Challenge yourself to all wovens. That's exciting. Oh, Jenny, you're just, man, you and my mom should hang out. I don't know the answer to that. But man, one of the patterns for men has really mixed reviews, and I looked at it and I know why. Anyway. How about a top with underarm overlap side seams, loose, so cute? You're gonna have to show me a picture. I don't know. So yeah, if I actually thought about a built-in bra. It would have to be zipped. I mean, if you zip through the elastic, that sounds like a real pain. But if you don't, then you have elastic meeting here, right? Or like just thin elastic, and then you're like, how much support are you really getting? I mean, I guess you could. So I'm going to spend most of my time daydreaming, and then it's going to get to be July, and I'm going to be like, crap, I haven't done a pattern since April. So right now, I'll be honest. Right now, my priority is Into the Woods. I'm about 50% through all of my costumes. And I don't mean 50% done with all of them. I mean 50% done with each one, except for Cinderella. Cinderella is basically done. I took out the shoulders because the other young lady who is also playing Cinderella, along with Ginny, my kids don't like woven shorts, Ginny, except for my older two. But my young ones, no. But I'll think about it. Let me think on it. I mean, I have all the blocks ready. That's the thing. And once I draw up one instance of zippers, I might as well put it in 3 patterns. But I also know in my heart of hearts that if I'm doing that, I'm not also finishing rash guards for 3. Like that's 6 patterns in a matter of 3 months. And a surgery. Yeah. And the end of the school year. And a child getting ready to go to France. Like, whew. Anyway. And at some point I have to sort laundry. Anyway. So I took out the shoulders of I'll just show you. How about that? So I finished the underneath one. Funny story. I ordered this from, and then realized it was coming from Ireland, and I got super stressed out because anytime I've tried to send a package to overseas, it never gets there. Oh, Jenny, I've got a picture for you. And so I got worried that this wasn't going to get here in time, and of course it did, and it's perfect, and I've already finished with a smaller one, and I'm not taking it out. Not going to happen. So, ooh, thanks, Debbie. Debbie just posted a link to a free bucket hat. So that's kind of fun. I don't know who it is. Some YouTube. Somebody who puts time and effort into their YouTube. So it's not us. Anyway, I finished this. Oh, the white is making it hard to see. I hit it with the lining. I think I'm probably going to slip in stays, like from a corset, into these 3 seams in the front, because when it's over the full skirt, it wants to fold up. So I'm just going to try and keep it stiff. You can. Who asked that? Jen says, what's the difference between a rash guard pattern and a regular shirt pattern? Typically rash guards don't have an underarm seam, like right here. This will be all one piece so that you don't get chafing in your underarm. What else? It'll be tight. Made for swim material. That's about it. And so I took out the shoulders, even though I really didn't want to. They were just barely too big for Ginny. But when I had the other Cinderella try them on, they were like a good 2 inches too big. So I finally took it out. So that's where we are with that. It's beautiful, and I'm super happy with how it turned out. All I have left is resewing. Like, I need Ginny to try it on. And what are we using zip ties for, Jesse? Now I'm like, what is happening? But then I also started, so on the back, my machine has an eyelet function, but they're teeny, teeny, tiny. And you can see, once I used my awl to poke the hole through, you might not be able to see. Well, that's good news, first stage. But there's actually like a little run, you know? And so I don't want to like take the chances to try and make these bigger. And I couldn't find grommets or eyelets. Like, I mean, they don't really fit for the time period, but that's fine. Nobody cares. But this is really small. So what I initially thought was going to be used for the cording, all of a sudden I'm like, well, crap, what am I going to use? So I went to Michael's, and that's what I was looking for when we first logged on, and I don't know where I put it. And then I ordered some off of Etsy. And I had to order a whole bunch of different colors because I wasn't sure what I would like. So I went with 2 golds and then 2 blues. And I love that, like, look at how nicely they marked each color, which is really, really helpful. So, yeah, I'm probably going to let Jenny or oh, you know what? I mean, if I want it to blend, this is pretty spot on. But if I want it to be gold, that's sort of a little, like, boom. So we'll probably end up with this one. But this is called Rat Tail. And it's only 2 millimeters, which I had to get over that it was so small. And they sell some at Michael's. They just didn't have quite the selection of colors. But it's not big at all. I think it's going to be perfect. So that's what I've been doing with Cinderella. And I'm really confident she's where she needs to be. I tried to get pictures done at this place called the Swan House in Atlanta. Well, they don't really want you to take pictures there because, I don't know. But I used my friend Jen, who is Freckled Flower Photography. I'm going to put a little shameless plug in there. She's done a lot of my photos for 5 out of 4. Remember those cute pictures with Layla and the twins with the ponies? So cute. Anyway. She's done a ton of pictures for me. And so she wrote him an email and called and then had to call back because nobody was responding. And they finally said you have to plan it 3 weeks in advance. And it's $500 just for the privilege of taking pictures there. And I was like, that's a lot of money. Like, I love Jen, and she's worth the money. But then another $500 on top of that, I can't do it. And it's so perfect. It's so perfect, but I can't do it. So, moving right along. So, Cinderella's good to go. I have done the Stepmother, which I'm pretty sure I showed you, but I'll show you again because it's fun. Oh, I'm sorry, Mavis. I'm sorry. Okay, so for the Stepmother, we started with this black prom dress that was just in the closet at the school, or at the, whatchamacallit, the rec. And I have a ton of costumes. This was a really long, like obnoxiously long bow. Oh, Jan, now I want it more than ever. My mom just told me Hunger Games was filmed there. I need it. Mom, I'll go halfsies with you. Anyway, so I cut it off and then just made this like poof. The zipper was broken, and this is the only part that I'm not 100% positive will be tight enough. So that led me to do something else. This is hand stitched in, and it's one thing we don't have that's coming back in style is a peasant dress pattern. So I drafted this to fit a young woman who's built a lot like me, honestly, but skinnier because she's only in 6th grade or something. But then I used fold over elastic to give this pop of brown here, which worked really nicely. So I didn't even gather the fabric first. I just did a rolled edge, and then I pinned and stretched the fold over elastic. I did the same thing on the sleeves. I think it's perfect, but I didn't want all of the weight to be from here. So I added bra straps on the inside. This is just holding the dress up. So this is nice. It's adjustable. That way, in case that back piece that I showed you isn't tight enough, it'll still be held up by the shoulder straps. And then this was in my stash from my grandmother. It's like this gold button, must be from a like a navy blazer or something. And it brought me joy. I'm still thinking, like, if I want other flowers, I don't know. I think a little peasant dress and a woven, but I don't want to talk ugly about anybody. Bye, Cindy. There's a kid's pattern on the market already that's like excess. I don't want excess. I want like a nicely fitted one. All right, so the next. All right, so this is another prom dress that was just in the, so Renee is bound right here, and then it has elastic here. And so if I did one, it would actually, and if I did one, it would be, you can tell I've been thinking about this. It would have elastic here as well. It would have a option for empire waist or right at your waist. And Renee doesn't have that. I don't think. I could be wrong because I didn't actually make the pattern. But it doesn't have elastic here. So it would actually have, the ease would be slightly different. But I probably won't do it this year because we just did Renee. And she sold really well. Okay, so this one hasn't been adorned yet. So at first, I actually took the Savannah. I'm going to send this picture and see if I can show it to you. Because it was funny. Here it is. I took the Savannah pattern, which is for wovens, and you probably, like I did the puff sleeve, and I pinned it to it, and it looked awesome. Why isn't it going through? Come on, airdrop, don't fail me now. Oh, here we go. It looked awesome, but it looked more like a country dress instead of a ball gown, right? Here we go. So let's see if I can share my screen. Yep. Can you see that? So this is what I added to it. It was ugly, and I added more fold over elastic to give the binding down the sleeve and like poofy in between. So I cut the fold over elastic a little short to gather it, but not so short that it was tight, right? And Jenny was like, look, it's super ugly. But she didn't think that it was like fancy enough for a ball gown. And I had to agree because this definitely gave off some country vibes. So for round 2, we went to Joann's. And I'm not quite done here, so you're going to have to bear with me. And I made like a little overlay. And I kind of winged it, honestly. And I'm still sewing on the trim. So let's see how I can show you this. Oh, geez. I need another model. So what this is going to do is, this is a fun, like, dexterity. It's going to meet, oh my Lord. Right here, under the bust, right? And then I sewed on a little trim in blue to bring in. I picked a complementary color that was on the opposite side of the color wheel. And I did do some cording around the edge. And so it's tearaway in the front, and then in the back, I did a pleat. So, but it's going to have big puff sleeves also in pink. We don't want it to look pretty. We want it to look ugly. I'm not very good at this. So that's kind of why I went for this like mauve color. But then, so for the under bust, we're either going to go with like this or something like this. Oh my gosh. Right? Something a little big. And then if I do more flowers in the pink, like on the front here, or like a ruffle, something to ugly it up a little bit, I would use something like this for the centers of the flowers. So yeah, I kind of winged this. I used a base pattern, and then winged the cutaway. And it stinks that it's too small for my this thing, and it's too small for my children or for me. Like, you know, it's in between because this young woman has like a 27-inch bust, and so Ginny's too big, and then I get into the twins and they're too short, and it's tough when you don't have one. So that's what we're doing there. Let me take this back because I'm not quite done. Ow. I'm not going anywhere, Mavis. Okay, and then last but not least, oh, big ugly bows. Yeah. Okay, so this is the cloak for the witch. And what I've done is I've just pieced together a whole bunch of different fabrics. Well, like, most of it has this, but I actually didn't buy enough of this. I liked this because you can't really see it. It just looks shiny. But it has a silver thread woven into it. And it is going to have a big oversized hood. But here's the thing. So yesterday I'm working on this and I'm sitting on the floor. And you can see... I'm going to hold this up so you can actually see. So, like, that's all the fabrics on the back, right? Now, you see that turquoise? That's actually her dress. Those are scraps from her dress. So I'm not going to have those out. We're actually going to, like, have this over it. So just when the lights shine on it, you get a little hint of the turquoise. But then the net is like gold and it looks very woodsy. I don't know. I also have black, but this is much more like smaller. So it's kind of fun. But I kind of tweaked my back a little bit sitting on the floor. Stuck on chinos. I don't know who said that, but me too. But it's been fun. I just used embroidery thread to go around the side. It feels a little bit, and I'm not calling myself a couture sewist, so don't get all up in arms with me. But, like, it feels like, you know, when you see Fashion Week and it's all these, like, beautiful creations that are made to look like they're homeless. Like, that's what I'm feeling here. And so I really need to, like, run over it a few times in the car. I don't have the guts to actually do that. But, like, a lot of this is the wrong side of pleather that I got in the remnant bin at Fine Fabrics. There's just all sorts of things in here. So I have more of that. I stitched some of it on with my machine, but then I went back over it with darker thread to, like, give it, you know. But here's the thing. So oh, no, don't look. Yesterday, this is that pleather, and it feels terrible on my skin. But it's great because it's, like, black and brown. You probably aren't seeing the brown, but, you know, it looks cool. I know, I'm really enjoying the costumes. I am. And this is what I've done since last Tuesday. So all I've been doing is sewing and, like, clearing my brain. But I've lost 8 viewers since I've been telling you about this. So not everybody's that interested. Anyway, so they don't want you to... She's going to have to wear the reveal dress the whole time. So she's going to be hot. I'm like, But right now, they did not say they needed, like, a Sith Lord cloak. They just said a cloak, and so I didn't do armholes. And now I'm out of this fabric, so I think I'm going to have to, like, go find something and put in just, like, big rectangles, you know, on the seams so that she can gesture with her arms because her dress is long-sleeved, and it's got, you know, I haven't actually done the sleeves yet. But she's going to throw this off and reveal her dress, okay? Now... This is my muslin, okay? So don't stress. And I'm actually going to change it. But this is the fabric for our witch. And it is absolutely gorgeous. It's black and turquoise. And we're going to have, like, puff sleeves with an organza over it. So the puff sleeve is going to be in this black and turquoise. And then the black organza over it is going to stretch along to her wrists. But there are 2 witches, and they have slightly different measurements. So I think what I'm going to do is take out these panels today and put in like a ponte in black. So all of it's going to be the black and like this material, except for right here. And that's just to give me a little bit of leeway between the two sizes. It doesn't need to be skin tight. It's going to be fine. But I think that if I can take it in just a little bit, it'll fit better for both. So that's my idea there. On the front here, my daughter wanted a sweetheart neckline. I got nervous about how low we were going because these are 13-year-old girls and I'm super conservative. I don't know how I'm going to finish this. This looks like a nightmare, honestly. But what I wanted to do was like with black satin ribbon, so over the black and turquoise, do like a starburst or a sunburst, like applique type thing. You feeling me? Yeah, I don't know. Because I don't like, so somebody says, is there an option that you can sort of roll up the sleeve to reveal the beautiful side once they are? Oh my gosh, if the Met calls, Mom, we're moving. Okay? Because I saw this video from the National Theatre of London or the UK that was all about their Cleopatra costumes. Look at this. This is driving me nuts in case you're wondering. And it was like the perfect intersection of art and sewing. I actually looked on the website to see if I could get a job. Partly because I want to move to London. But it rains too much there. Oh my God, I would take it in a heartbeat. Are you kidding me? Anyway, I'm really enjoying this. One thing I've also done for, this is my Joanna that I didn't finish because I was working on this. One thing I've done for the witch as well is I'm doing a little petticoat, which I've never done before. So this is the lining to the skirt. And I bought, they have like tulle, but then mixed in with the tulle at Joann, they have special petticoat netting, in case you're wondering. So I did black and then I ran out before I finished. And it's not perfect because I used my serger to gather, but then I accidentally stretched it too much when I was sewing it on. So you can see from the backside that it's actually gathered and it's not supposed to be. But it doesn't matter. I'm letting it go. So I'm going to finish this layer. And then I'm going to do a top layer. I think they didn't have a ton of color choices. And this is a little light. But I thought it would be really fun to do a top layer of the petticoat that's like a longer layer. So it'll be like 18 inches. So it won't really show unless she moves or something. I just thought that would be really cool. So am I going above and beyond? Yeah, I know that. It's okay. Nobody in my Roswell Youth Theater gives a crap about what I'm doing. But I'm really enjoying it. And it's been so good for my brain. And since our motto here is never stop growing, never stop sewing, or the other way around. It helps when I say it in the right order. I needed something to like make my brain explode a little bit. So yes. So somebody says your starburst applique idea. Could you sew ribbons to sort of mimic the shape of princess scenes? I wouldn't go out like that. I might just go straight out. I don't know. We'll see. I do need that for my mental health. It has been a rocky couple of years for Jessica. And I'm learning a lot. Like if you remember with Cinderella, we started with like a straight up corset with all the stays, and now it has no stays, and now I'm going back to stays. But like so much of this is going on the fly, learning and making do, like with just working. Oh, Jan. Let me see who. Yes, I'm giving away something. Let me find the winner. The Tipsy Tuesday winner is Roxanne King from last week. So, congratulations, Roxanne. If you could email Tiffany at info@5out of4.com, she will help you get your prize. It's a $15 gift certificate to 5 out of 4. As always, if you want a chance to win, all you have to do is leave a comment and we pick somebody randomly. And by we, I mean Kim. Kim picks somebody randomly. Thank you, Kim. So, this is what's taking up my time. Let's see. It's spring break this week, first week of April. And then I have 1 week, but I'd really like to finish this week. It's only Tuesday. It seems possible. My kids want to go to the zoo and we're going to see Spider-Man today, and they want to do all this stuff. Yes, strategy and problem solving. And it's fun. Like, it's just fun. Yeah, you just leave a comment. I know, a lot of community, that's true. So somebody, I can't see the name, says a lot of community theater is creating a look with random stuff, and that's what they've done for all the other costumes. Apparently, like, she 100%, the director, and I love her. She doesn't know sewing, though. So she sent me that picture from the live action Cinderella and was like, can you make this? And I'm like, oh, let me get right on that for $50. And so I had to laugh. Sorry, I asked Rochelle for a picture of her new pattern so I could show you. But then she said, oh, see, Spider-Man was good. It's $5 Tuesday and free popcorn. So we're going today. Well, so who said, yes, Amy says, good practice in case one of your daughters wants a wedding dress mom made. Or prom, hello, 5 daughters. There's a good chance that somebody's going to want a prom dress. Me being me is not really in tune with what's popular right now in the prom dress world. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm probably going to lose that battle later, so that's fine. That's fine. I'm just going to do some deep breathing exercises. Oh, yay. Thanks, Rochelle. So, yeah. That's partly why I wanted to do this. I now know that I haven't hemmed my I haven't told you this. So I did a horsehair braid on the hem of the Cinderella dress. I don't think I have a picture because it looked absolutely dreadful. It was so bad. I have learned that hemming satin sucks the big one. There's no other way to put this. I've used a Microtex needle. I've made my stitches longer. It'll work for like 2 feet, and then it'll work, and then I've read and practiced. And so right now, my lovely Cinderella skirt, I sewed the horsehair braid, had a panic attack, painstakingly took it back out, and now I have not hemmed it. Oh, I have to sew it by hand. But I want it right now. That was a little Homer Simpson for you. So yeah, I got to do that. My genteel daughter, all those cotillion classes. So yeah, that's why on this one thing that is easier, is putting in, what do you call this? Cording. So what I did here is I cut my strips on the bias. Wow, you can't even see it. I'm like trying to show it to you. I cut my strips on the bias. I covered the cording, which I just bought. It's like a natural colored cording that's around here somewhere. And sewed it with my zipper foot. And then a 7-foot train. There you go, see? Oh, not good. But I found that like sewing this on with my zipper foot and then turning it over and sewing it again with the zipper foot, I have no problems. So I could do this at the bottom of the thing, or I could attempt to sew it by hand. We'll see what happens. I got to get it done. I'm still sad about no pictures at the Swan House. I haven't told Jenny. I didn't even tell Jenny I was thinking about doing the pictures. But it just would have been so amazing because I'm so stinking proud of that dress. And no, it's not the same Cinderella dress because I watched multiple YouTube videos and that dress weighs 12 pounds. And I'm like, my 13-year-old daughter doesn't need that. Okay. Last but not least, and then I'm going to sign off and see what sort of shenanigans my kids are getting into. Hopefully they're making me pancakes. I don't mind hand sewing. I don't. I joke about it. I've done quite a bit of hand sewing with this. Like right now, actually, I'm hand sewing this trim on. And I mean, nobody's telling me to do all this stuff. But again, like, if you ever wonder how those beads get on, it's not some magical machine a lot of times. It's some woman in a factory somewhere. But I also understand now why prom dresses and wedding dresses that don't have any beading cost far more than ones that do. Because it's so much easier to hide imperfections with the beading than to not have the imperfections there in the first place. You feel me? So, last but not least, let's share another picture. Boop, boop, boop. This is Iris. This is a wrap pant that Rochelle is working on. Look at that. I haven't even seen her new little logo there. I'm also going to show you this. Oh, nope, wrong one. Hold on. We've already looked at that. So you can see the drawing. So this is Rochelle's next pattern. It's the Iris wrap pants and shorts. It is another woven pattern. You can also make capris. But it's got two little back darts right here. And then the front is adjustable and it's tied so you can have like a lot of leg shown or a little leg shown. It's perfect as like a dress up pair of pants or a swim cover up or casual. You can like run the gamut. So she is going to be putting these into testing this week. So that's pretty exciting. Let's go back to her. Nope, that's not it. Hold on. This is her pair. So they're super fun and super cute. And yeah, that's what we're doing. So look for the tester call on those if you're interested. And I don't have a pattern to show you because I'm doing costuming. But it's been awesome. It has been really refreshing to not stress about a tutorial and to just focus on sewing. It's honestly, it's what my brain needs. Oh, I have one other thing to share that you'll get a good laugh out of. So 3 people in my family are now in the glasses club. Look, they match my shirt. And I should have been wearing them already. So apparently I needed glasses. But I only need them for reading and for like computer work. They tried to get me ones like bifocals so I could see far away, but my far away vision only needed like 0.25 or something. And I was like, I'm fine. But this one, it was time for me to join the glasses club. So I'm not really used to seeing myself in glasses, but I wanted like the brightest color I could get. I've already told you orange is my favorite color. Look, it matches. That brings me joy. Sydney wins for needing glasses the worst. So she has a cute little green pair. And then Ginny also got a pair for reading. And they just do so much. Like, anyway. So yeah, it took forever to get them in. And like, I think they're probably supposed to fit here. I don't know. But these are like a cheap pair I got online because I wasn't going to pay $500 at the store for them. Yeah, I'm new to glasses. I don't need them for driving. But hopefully this will help my head a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. All right, that's all I got. So thank you for, for those who stuck around for my wild ride on, oh, look at you. You, me, and PETA all like orange. Not like Effie's hair, like the sunset. A little Hunger Games humor for you. I know, I've really enjoyed my time with the costumes. I enjoy sharing it with you. I really don't think that the next show they're going to have as much for me to do because I don't really, see, that's what happens. That look on my face right then was me thinking like, oh, what if I added fur to the cloak? Oh, there you go. Sam Club. I should try that. But it's been really fun. It's been very educational. And so my hope is that I can like circle back around and bring it back to 5 out of 4. Like some ideas that I've been marinating while I've been working on these patterns are like a simple shift dress that's just a tank style, like think I'm going out for New Year's Eve, even though I've never once gone to a New Year's Eve party. Yes, you heard thunder. So, if I see a tornado and I start to run away, just, yeah. But like a fancy little on the bias woven dress with bust darts. That's what I'm thinking. Like a slip dress, right? Not shift, slip. But then when I was in high school, I had this dress. Shh, don't make fun of me. The ADD is strong. I have never gotten tested. I'm beginning to wonder though. I blame the kids. So when I was in high school, I had this dress that I actually bought at Goodwill, but it was originally Banana Republic. And it was a slip dress, a woven slip dress, but then it had an overlay in a sheer fabric similar to like the top of the Stepmother dress, right? And it had buttons down and like even pin tucking and was like a floral fabric. I loved it. I don't know what happened to it. I probably grew out of it, right? Because I don't weigh 100 pounds anymore. But I just like, as I'm working with these woven fabrics and really expanding like what we're doing, like Joanna took me forever because of life stuff, but also took me forever to get the sizing like where I wanted it. Like we went with the bust start because once we got to once we got to the plus sizes, it just was not looking like what I thought it should look like. And they weren't happy with it. Like it was a lot of tight here with excess fabric here. Or excess fabric here, like clear things that point to you need a dart. And the choice was like, I either go up bigger and give you more ease and it looks like a tent, or I add the bust dart. And so that was like a whole week right there. And that's just life, right? But I'm extremely proud of how that pattern turned out in the long run because I know it was like the right direction for everything. And I think that if people make it, hint, hint, you stand to learn a lot too. I know that the testers, we really had a lot of talk about making sure your bust dart wasn't too long because that came up again and again. That affects the shaping on the front. So anyway, I'm working. I've got stuff marinating. I'm not doing any prom dress patterns yet, but you never know. It's fun. I enjoy it. All right. Take care. Stay dry. Kiss your kids. Have a good week. Somebody is already coming in. It's Sydney. I'm going to sign off. All right. Take